Ubisoft delayed some of their biggest titles, but they also announced what will be coming in the next 12 months. So we got a lot to go over. Let's start over here at Insider Gaming. Link to this article with the brilliant reporting from Tom Henderson, who of course has an amazing track record, will be in the video description. So basically what they say here, Ubisoft has delayed its significant IPs to improve the game quality. After a thorough review of the pipeline that took place from October to December, the group decided to provide additional development time to some of its biggest productions in order to create the best conditions for success. This decision has already been beneficial to the quality of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, we of course saw the delay for Assassin's Creed Shadows from November to February and then even to March. And yeah, it was a very polished experience when it came out. So give more time to Ghost Recon and Far Cry. We'll get into the games that have been delayed in a second. Is only going to be great because those titles have to hit. As a consequence, financial year 26-27 and financial year 27-28 will see significantly growth versus financial year 25-26, and that's where we're currently in. So financial year 25-26 is from April 2025 until March 2026. So basically what they are saying is in the next 12 months, don't expect any big releases. Again, I will talk about what we can expect in a moment. But then after that, so starting April 2026, that is when Ubisoft will bring out the big guns. According to our sources and past reports, Insider Gaming understands that this includes the Assassin's Creed pipeline, so that has been slightly delayed. I will talk about what that means in a moment. And the highly anticipated next installment of the Far Cry series, which was internally been pushed to late 2026. The new Far Cry 7, was supposed to be out this year, at the end of this year, but now it's at the end of next year, so October, November. We will see if they make it, of course, and GTA 6 now in May. If that gets pushed to October, then... But that's a whole thing. That's a what if. But yeah, basically the next Far Cry is going to be fall 2026 as things stand right now. Ubisoft's biggest productions likely also include the Splinter Cell remake and under the codename North, and the next mainline Ghost Recon game under the codename Over. Like, I also think Splinter Cell remake is 2026. They've been working on it for 5 years then by the time it comes out. This is the Far Cry 6 team that is mostly developing that. And the next mainline Ghost Recon game, Breakpoint, came out in 2019. So they also have been working really hard on that. Wildlands came out early 2017 and Breakpoint end of 2019. So they had 2.5 years of development time. Now we will see double that or even more, like 2019 to 2026, maybe even early 2027. That's a significantly longer development time, and they kind of need it. So in terms of what we know about Ghost Recon, that will be the first-person military tactical shooter. And I know that not everyone is like dying for it. But yeah, we have seen some success stories with games like Squad, Ready or Not, as well as Call of Duty Modern Warfare and the Battlefield series. That's kind of what they are talking about. We will see. Maybe I would be down if they like have a first-person and a third-person perspective. Maybe with the extra time they are looking into that. Or maybe they go full first person, and we will see how that goes. But yeah, Ghost Recon is huge. Like, Wildlands was a huge success. I remember it launching around Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Both really successful games. Wildlands was the most successful launch around that time. It was the best-selling game of March, even though Zelda came out in that month as well, and Horizon 2. Crazy. Far Cry has a 5-year plan, but it seems that at least one of those projects that they have a plan for is already out next year. And that will be the, of course, the single player, probably with co-op open world type of situation, where we have a real-time timer for 24 hours. Within we have to rescue our family. And then there's also a standalone extraction shooter spin-off that has been rebooted recently. But yeah, they want to have like a standalone multiplayer-focused Far Cry as well. Have some survival elements in there. The new Far Cry game should include some movement gameplay upgrades, feature new enhanced movement options, including tactical sprinting, vaulting, sliding, and more. I mean, they were already kind of... I'm curious what that... Like, Far Cry 6 already had a cool movement-type playstyle with certain gear items. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how much improved the movement will be. It will also feature a new inventory and loot system. We will have to wait and see. But I'm dying, or like not maybe dying, but I'm down. I'm ready for a new Far Cry. But we will likely see that announced in May next year, if I had to bet. And of course, the big next mainline Assassin's Creed game is going to be Hexe. I personally, like, again, they are delaying all their big titles. I would be shocked if they are delaying Hexe out of the holiday 2026 period, because Shadows, of course, was like a one-time thing. That game really could use the extra time. Hexe started after Valhalla came out, so it already has an extra year over Shadows. It should have 5 years of development time. Like, again, they started end of 2025 or end of 2020. They're launching end of 2026. So they have like 5+ years of like full development. Obviously, after Valhalla, they first were prototyping and not really going into development. But this game is going to be it will have the longest development time of any Assassin's Creed ever. And having an Assassin's Creed game during that November, especially this game that is seemingly more horror, witchy themed, having that around Halloween would of course be insane. So I think they're still going to aim for that, but maybe some smaller titles, like they have some multiplayer games coming as well. Maybe those will be delayed because of quality. Let's look at what they now announced for the next 12 months. So again, 2026 for Ubisoft will be big, but in like 2025 and early 2026, what will they have? Well, the big one is Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time remake. Of course, let's go to this trailer first. Maybe you remember this. I was like at an event as well, or basically like it was like COVID, so it was like a digital event where they showed this. And yeah, it didn't look great. Sure, it looked improved over the original, but if you think of a remake, you expect like a way better looking game. And sure, the gameplay will probably still be great, and I really am looking forward to this. But yeah, they had this planned for January 2021, or like January 21st, 2021. And yeah, now it's going to launch 5 years later, because they now announced that the game will be out before April 2026. So last year during Ubisoft Forward, they said it's coming out 2026. Well, we now know it's going to be either January, February, or March. I think this could be like a nice win for them if they deliver on it. But that might not be the first remake we see, because of course also we have the Black Flag remake over here, 2025 release date. Maybe that also got pushed because of Shadows. I think the first remake they put out, so if that's either the Prince of Persia one or Black Flag, will really set the tone. Because if the first one they put out is not great, I think that will hurt all the other remasters or remakes they put out. So if they need extra time with Black Flag, they should probably take it. Although with the Christmas window this year being kind of empty right now, and not really having, from the looks of it, a big open world title, I think having Black Flag there would be perfect. But we will have to wait and see if they're able to do it. But yeah, I totally expect the Black Flag remaster before April 2026. I still hope it's like end of this year, but we will see. Another Assassin's Creed game that they did not talk about will be coming, but that we kind of know has been like in the ether for a long time now, is of course Assassin's Creed Jade, the mobile title. So it already looked pretty finished when we got to play it in 2023, and now that Tencent is like way more, they have a way higher stake now. They invested, of course, in Ubisoft, in a new subsidiary focused on Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, and Far Cry. So yeah, I'm expecting this game to launch at some point this year. I think they will do a very short, hey, it's coming again, and it's out very, very quickly afterwards, because they've been testing it for a long time. So yeah, it's Odyssey 2 in China, and I'm looking forward to it. Like that's gonna be one of the tactics for Ubisoft this year, having a lot of mobile games. The ones that they did confirm will be out before April 2026 are Division Resurgence, delayed many times already. It was at an Apple event and they said, it's coming out next month, and then they delayed it. But yeah, this is basically the Division 1 for on your phone. It's pretty crazy. From the people that played it, they say it's has much depth and stuff as well. So should be big for them. And Rainbow Six Mobile is also finally coming out this year, or at least before April 2026. So those are kind of the big titles that we know about. So yeah, it's kind of a small slate, but if these like titles hit well, the mobile titles, that could of course be big for them, but it's really a gamble. They at least took their time, they incorporated a lot of feedback, they look kind of like PC quality titles. I hope Jade also comes to console, but we will see. And then also for these next 12 months, it's understand that Ubisoft currently has several smaller experiences around these games in development. Assassin's Creed has 2 smaller games, a multiplayer offering codenamed Invictus, Fall Guys type game that should be out before April 2026, according to Tom Henderson, and a remake that we already touched on, Black Flag. In addition, another smaller experience for Rainbow Six is in the works, codenamed Slice and Dice. Of course, they have Rainbow Six Siege X, the big overhaul on June 10th. Like, that will be a big release for them, and they hope Rainbow Six will be bigger, this following year because of that. So let me know what you think. Basically, in short, we're getting some smaller experience this year. They are delaying titles that would have been out this year to give them extra time, and then to also hopefully have them as polished as possible, just like Assassin's Creed Shadows. My overall thing is, though, Shadows was very polished. It played great, but I do think that technical quality is one thing, and I think they kind of nailed that with Shadows, but it's also the Ubisoft formula that really has to be taken to the next level, or maybe abandoned in a way where, like, I really think they can still make so many steps to make a more interesting open world for all their titles, with more random encounters, more interesting activities that will be happening. So they can like take all the time they need to extra polish the game, but I think they also have to look at their creative side and their ability to add like interesting content to their games to really like make a splash again, because like they're now really focusing on the titles that people have nostalgia for, and I think that we need to see the next step for those titles. Maybe Hexe is that for Assassin's Creed. Hopefully Far Cry 7 really injects a lot of new stuff that Far Cry 6 did not do. We will see. Let me know what you think, of course, in the comments down below. Subscribe for more reactions like this, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.